Hello everyone and welcome to your channel Revise Master. Today we will be starting a new journey and we will be exploring and practicing the most important 17 qualities of a team player from the book written by John C. Maxwell, book name The 17 Essential Qualities of a Team Player, becoming the kind of person every team wants. We will be going on this journey from the day you are watching this video till the next 17 days of your life. Remember, one day, one habit. So let's start from the introduction of the book. Introduction. You cannot build a great team without great players. That is a fact. As the saying goes, you can lose with good players, but you cannot win without them. So, how are you going to get good players? For that matter, how are you going to become a better player? When it comes to having good player on team, you really have only two choices: train them or trade for them. You grow the players you already have into champions, or you go out and recruit championship caliber people and bring them onto the team. This book can help you do either. Developing a better team always begins with you. To improve the team, improve the individuals on the team. You can become a better team member by embracing the qualities outlined in the following pages. My recommendation is that you work your way through this book slowly. Read a chapter, digest it. Use the bringing it home section to help you improve your grasp of each quality. If you want to assess yourself related to a particular quality, go to the website www.qualitiesofAteamplayer.com. By embracing the process, you can become the kind of person every team wants. Improving yourself will add value to your team, but if you have a leadership role on your team, it's especially vital. Why? Because you can effectively teach only what you consistently model. It takes one to know one, show one, and grow one. Once you model the behavior you expect from your teammates, being begin using the 17 essential qualities of a team player as a training manual. You can use it to help your players become better team contributors, regardless of their level of talent. And if you desire to recruit new players from outside the team, turn to the book as a guide for finding the kinds of player who will put the team first. You can be sure that anyone who displays all 17 qualities will be a team player. God given ability may be out of our control, but the ability to work as a team isn't. All people can choose to become better teammates. All they need to do is to embody the qualities of a team player. Do that yourself, help your teammates do the same, and the whole team will excel. Quality number one: adaptable. If you won't change for the team may change you. Inflexibility is one of the worst human failings. You can learn to check impetuosity, overcome fear with confidence, laziness with discipline. But for rigidity of a mind, there is no antidote. It carries the seeds of its own destruction. Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be bent out of shape. A bebop mind. His friends call him Q. He has become a legend in the entertainment industry. He has worked with the best in the business starting in the bebop era. Duke Ellington, Count Basie, Lionel Hampton, Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Van Nguyen, and the list goes on. He produced the best selling music single of all time, We Are the World. He produced the best selling album of all time, Michael Jackson's Thriller. He has been nominated for more Grammy Awards than any other person, and as of today, he has won a total of 27. The person I'm talking about is Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones was born in 1933 in Chicago and spent his first decade in one of the city's roughest neighborhoods. By his own admission, Jones says that he and his brother got into a lot of trouble in those early days. Then his family moved to Bremerton, Washington. Soon afterward, Jones discovered his love for music. At age 11, he decided that he wanted to play an instrument. So he started with percussion. Even back then, he showed signs of a quality that would mark him as a professional, his adaptability. He began staying after school and trying out of variety of other instruments. He tried the clarinet and violin, but ultimately he was attracted to brass. So he tried out all the brass instruments: baritone, French horn, sousaphone, and trombone. Finally, he landed on the trumpet and he excelled. By age 14, he had his first paying job as a musician. As a teenager, he became friends with Ray Charles, who is just a few years older than he. Jones began to compose music and to learn how to do arrangements. And when the best band singers came through Seattle, he either went to hear them play or played with them. At the age 18, he was on the road touring with Lionel Hampton. Jones had always displayed a strong hunger to learn, which he calls an obsessive curiosity, and an amazing adaptability. Through the years, he has easily transitioned from musician to arrange to a band leader. In 1950s, he worked with many of the greatest jazz performers. In 1957, when he thought he could use more education, he moved to Paris and studied under Nadia Boulanger, who had tutored Aaron Copland and Leonard Bernstein. At that time, Jones took a position with Mercury Records to mark ends meet. That's where he learned the business side of the music industry. He was so good at it that in 1964, the company made him a vice president. He was the first African American to hold an executive position at a major record company. It was also in the 60s that Jones decided to tackle a new challenge: scoring movies. He has gone on to write music for more than 30 movies and numerous television programs. Throughout his career, Jones has worked with the best singers and musicians in the world because he spent so much time in the jazz community. When he worked with Michael Jackson in 1982, some of his colleagues accused him of selling out. Jones thought that was ridiculous. As he explained, when I was 12 or 13 years old, we played everything: strip music, rhythm, and blues. We played pop music, Scottish, similar to polkas, and salsa. We played every club in town: black, white, tennis club. So I have always had a range of styles to draw from. Working with Michael Jackson or Frank Sinatra has never been a stretch. Bebop was one thing I was deeply involved with musically, and bebop does affect your thinking. It takes you away from being rigid and helps you always keep your mind wide open. His flexibility and creativity have served Jones well. They have not only enabled him to work with all kinds of musicians from Latin to pop and from jazz to rap, but they have also made it possible for him to bring the best out of any person he works with. He adapts to the person and the situation to create a win for everyone. Everyone has a different way of relating to people, observed Jones. I take everybody one on one, and I'm happy I do. because I have heard, I have had some great relationships that transcend show business. Jones himself had transcended professionally. He has used his adaptability to branch out into other industries. He broke into film marketing when he co produced The Color Purple. Then he took on television, producing several hit shows, including The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Jones and several partners launched Quest Broadcasting, and he is also the founder and chairman of Vibe magazine. To Jones, being able to adjust or stretch himself is not a big thing. It's just who he is. Currently, he is working on writing a Broadway show based on the life of Sammy Davis Jr. He says it makes him feel like he's 15 years old. Jones has never been afraid of a new idea, a new team, a new industry. Challenges have been no problem to him because he is so incredibly adaptable. Fleshing it out, teamwork and personal rigidity just don't mix. If you want to work well with others and be a good team player, you have to be willing to adapt yourself to your team. Harvard Business School professor Rosabeth Moss Kanter observed the individuals who will succeed and flourish with will also be masters of change, adapt at reorienting their own and others' activities in untired directions to bring about higher levels of achievement. Team players who exhibit adaptability have certain characteristics. Adaptable people are: number 1, teachable. Diane Nyad said, I am willing to put myself through anything. Temporary pain or discomfort means nothing to me as long as I can see that the experience will take me to a new level. I am interested in the unknown, and the only path to the unknown is through breaking barriers. Adaptable people always place a high priority on breaking new ground. They are highly teachable. Teamwork and personal rigidity just don't mix. Look at Quincy Jones and you see someone who is always learning. His belief is that if a person works hard and becomes highly skilled in one area, he can transfer that ability to a new endeavors. That approach can work for anyone who is teachable. On the other hand, unteachable people have a difficult time with change, and as a result, they never adapt well. Emotionally secure. Another characteristic of adaptable people is security. People who are not emotionally secure see almost everything as a challenge or a threat. They meet with rigidity or suspicion the addition of another talented person to the team, an alteration in their position or title, or a change in the way things are done. But secure people aren't made nervous by change itself. They evaluate a new situation or a change in their responsibilities based on its merit. A person's age can be determined by the degree of pain he experiences when he comes in contact with a new idea. Number third, creative. Creativity is another quality you find in adaptable people. When difficult time comes, they find a way. Quincy Jones remarked, there is an expression that says a person's age can be determined by the degree of pain he experiences when he comes in contact with a new idea. Somebody might say, let's try it. This is this new way. You can actually see the pain. These people will grab their heads. It physically hurts to think of doing something different. The one who don't react with fear are the really creative people. Let's try it. They'll say, let's go there even if we blow it. Creativity fosters adaptability. Service minded. People who are focused on themselves are likely to make changes for the team than people focused on serving others. Educator and college president Horak Mann stated, doing nothing for others is the undoing of one's self. If your goal is to serve the team, adapting to accomplish that goal isn't difficult. Reflecting on it. How are you when it comes to adaptability? If improving the team requires you to change the way you do things, how do you react? Are you supportive or would you rather do things that way they have always been done before? If someone with greater talent in your current area joins the team, would you be willing to take on a different role? Or if a key player in another area is having a problem, are you willing to change positions to help out? The first key to being a team player is being willing to adapt yourself to the team, not an exception that the team will adapt to you. To become more adaptable. Number 1. Get into the habit of learning. For many years, I carried a 3 by 5 card in my pocket. Every day when I learned something new, I would write it down on the card. By the end of the day, I would try to share the idea with a friend or a colleague and then file the idea for future use. It got me in the habit of looking for things to learn. Try it for a week and see what happens. Number 2. Reevaluate your role. Spend some time looking at your current role on your team. Then try to discover whether there is another role you could fulfill as well or better than you can do your current one. That process may prompt you to make a transition, but even if it doesn't, the mental exercise will increase your flexibility. Number 3, think outside the lines. Let's face it, many people aren't adaptable because they get into negative ruts. If you tend to be prone to ruts, then write down this phrase and keep it where you can see it every day. Not why it can't be done, but how it can be done. Look for unconventional solutions every time you meet a challenge. You will be surprised by how creative you can become if you continually strive to do so. Daily takeaway. One of the greatest generals in military history was Napoleon Bonaparte. Made a full general at age of 26, he utilized shrewd strategy, bold cunning, and lightning speed to his advantage to win many victories. The Duke of Wellington, one of the general's most formidable enemies, said, I consider Napoleon's presence in the field to equal 40,000 men in the balance. I will tell you the mistakes you are always making, Napoleon said, addressing an opponent he had defeated. You drop your plans and day before the battle when you do not yet know your adversary's movement. Napoleon recognized in his losing opponent a weakness that he himself did not have: lack of adaptability. If you are willing to change and adapt for the sake of your team, you always have chance to win. Thank you. Well, we will be learning about the second quality in our next video. Thank you so much.